Hi there, I'm Sean Wilmot and today we're taking a look at the new facelifted Renault Trafic. Feels like very familiar territory for us this week here at Company Vehicle. This is the Renault Trafic and we have seen it before, way back when it was running that really hot 1.6 twin turbo diesel engine. Today, the Renault has been rethought. It's got a slightly milder tune to the engine, but its design has improved incredibly, both inside and out. Now, if you look just here, for example, on the front grille, this is the new face for Renault's commercial vehicle lineup. So that gives us the Master at the top, the Trafic in the middle, and the Kangoo at the bottom end. They all carry the same face, and I think it actually looks quite striking. I really like the fact that you've got that chrome highlight and the blacking through there as well. It makes it look purposeful, makes it look strong, makes it look stylish. And that's really what Renault is all about. But it's also a darn good delivery vehicle. Let's check it out and find out more. In terms of its engine size, we did mention that this is no longer the 1.6 twin turbo. Instead, Renault's opted to go for the 2 litre with a single turbo, which is actually probably the sensible way to go. We don't really need rocket ship vans on our roads. So the 2 litre is perfect for giving you all the power that you need, 125 kilowatts in this case, and probably more appropriately, 380 newton meters of torque, which is very easy to get at, and it means that the vehicle is not actually dragging too much when it's called for to haul heavy loads. Renault has done a very clever thing with its engine. Yes, it's a 2 litre power plant, and yes, it's a single turbo, but it's actually a very sensible combination because it is so remarkably fuel efficient. And when I say fuel efficient, it is. It's running at around about 7.5 litres per 100, which is actually really good. And it's also distributing about 199 grams of CO2 per kilometre, which again is pretty good when you consider how much time this vehicle is going to spend out on the road. As far as the rest of the package goes in terms of handling, well, I mentioned that engine is very responsive and it's an absolute delight to drive at any speed. Renault has never really bought into the whole let's turn a van into a car concept. It's just sort of naturally occurred that way. Consequently, you don't feel like you're driving something, a big slab-sided monstrosity, but it doesn't feel exactly like a car either. It's sort of a nice happy medium between the two. Renault has not actually skimped on the safety features. We haven't touched on them until now, but now's a good time to talk about them as not. So what does the Renault Trafic actually have? Well, probably core and key to it, in addition to the usual suspects of ABS and ESP, etc., is the addition of blind spot monitoring, which is very handy, and also the fact that we've got lane keep assist, which is another modern safety contrivance which you should be looking for when you're selecting your particular van. What I really like though is the value-added semi-safety features that Renault has got. This is a thing called grip extend, for example, which is a very clever form of traction control, but used specifically for off-road considerations. We did mention that the Renault Trafic is an ideal tradies vehicle, and for that reason you must have instant and immediate access to the interior cargo bay from as many points as you can. We've seen the dual side sliding doors. We've also got these barn doors here for easy access to the back, and those will actually extend right round to that sort of level for better access. And what sort of space have we got in here? We are talking about 6.7 cubic meters of space, and as you can see, it's very useful. That bulkhead at the front end there, that actually curves around at the bottom so that you can actually slide long loading objects in there as well. And we've got a nice easy load lift here, so it's no strain on your back. Simple enough to grab packets of cement, whatever, and just slide them straight in there. And those wheel arches, not as intrusive as I've seen on some vehicles. In terms of cabin, the Renault is actually really stylish and sophisticated. We've got this lovely dashboard that's highlighted with chrome surrounds, and we've got this faux wood trim up here, and we've got really nice touch points, different surfaces, different tactiles, different curves and things like that. But what we've also got is functionality. But the seats are really gorgeous as well. They're a rich premium fabric with lovely stitching on the side. And part of the car-like qualities which Renault has sort of developed almost by accident is involved in the connectivity. So we've got a beautiful screen here which is actually quite useful, and it allows Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity as well as Bluetooth and voice control recognition. We also have the modern touch of a wireless charging port just down here, which is really good. It's nice and handy, you keep your phone nice and close by. You've also got various USB ports all over the place and various strategic points, and a 12-volt accessory socket if you absolutely need it. It really is a beautiful, sophisticated environment to be in. One of the best things about the Renault's interior though is the fact that it's actually a working office space as well as being a very stylish cabin as far as a van goes. We've got about 84 litres of extra storage space contained around and about in this cabin. That includes the door pockets, the bins up here and various bits and pieces, but also under the seat and the front. This is where we have a very clever little device. This turns into a workstation all ready to go. And it's quite simple. You basically just unclip this here. You have your laptop, if you can imagine one sitting here, and then just clips those into there, and you've got a clipboard so that you can identify your notes. Now, the next bit's really cool. If I wanted to, I could work on that side, and I just have to turn the clipboard around on that function, which is absolutely brilliant. So I can either operate this workstation as a driver or as a crew member. And I think that is smart use of space, Renault. So there we have the Renault Trafic, an absolute masterclass in what can be done with a van that has transitioned from what it once was to something that it is now. A brilliant delivery vehicle for the 21st century. Personally, I think this van has improved dramatically from what I saw in the previous models. Couldn't ask for better than that, so pop into your nearest Renault showroom and see what sort of a deal you can cut for the all-new Renault Trafic.